Favorite disruption in my life has been a new science that came to be only about 2 to 3 years ago, came to be known about 2 or 3 years ago. It was in development for some time. The name of this new discovery, a new science called epigenetics. These are a bunch of molecules that sit on top of your genes, and they work around your DNA and give instructions to your gene how to behave in accordance with your previous behavior, particularly if it is a consistent behavior in a certain pattern. The epigenes instruct your genes to behave in such a way as to maximize your ability to continue to perform the task according to what you have been doing. So let's assume, for example, that you're trying to be and succeeding in being a good person over time. What happens is that with years, you not only intellectually and spiritually you become a good person, but physiologically you become a good person. And that is the role of your epigenes. So epigenetics has become the study of this phenomena. It's an amazing revolutionary insight in the human condition, one that should inspire all of us to understand that we can become better people. And furthermore, even as good news, if not better news, is that we can pass these tendencies, these molecules, to our children in the future. So now, along with this extraordinary insight, comes a responsibility. What excuse do we now have not to change for the better, not to change for the good? Because now we know we can't. It's no longer an issue of, oh, well, you know, I am who I am. I have no choice but to do some of the terrible things I do to others and so forth. No mas. Now we know we can become better people. So what's our excuse now? And so I've been absolutely motivated to get the word out. And not only get the word out, but to ask people, to confront people with the reality that we can change, that our instincts of the past can be kept under control. And that is a very, very important revolutionary insight into my being, my activity, my life. The disruptive change that I'm trying to influence, and I'm struggling with that, is in the general area of trying to behave as better people. And in this case, let me be quite specific and talk about business. And the notion is we have this idea that maximizing shareholder value with the emphasis on the short term, which has become the, if you will, prophetic gospel of the business world, according to Milton Friedman at the University of Chicago. So that's what has been the norm for the last 20 years, only for the last 20 years. This is not inherent in the capitalist system, but has become, in fact, a religion which has been supported and embraced and continues to be proselytized by all the Wall Street elements that have a short-term horizon. Call it venture funds, hedge funds, whatever. The problem is that the focus on the short term is flawed. And in fact, if you look at it from a long-term perspective, maximizing short-term shareholder value does almost the opposite. It's destructive. Example, the average tenure of a Fortune 500 CEO is about 3 years. Good luck with this serial CEO turnover that you're going to maximize the benefits of a corporation, its people, its tangible, intangible assets over time. The CMO, the Chief Marketing Officer's tenure is 19 months. Okay. Now, in addition to that, maximizing shareholder value means the shareholder is the owner, so it is believed. That's the religion. The shareholder is the owner. Therefore, they should benefit from all and reap the benefits of ownership. But in fact, most of those shareholders are not owners. They're renters. They're tenants. They come in and buy a stock when they want, at the price they choose, and they leave at their convenience. That's not what an owner does. The owner hangs around. They fix the roof. They fix the boiler. They clean the house. They paint it. Okay, that's not what these guys do. So that's a problem. The other stakeholders now, not shareholders, the other stakeholders. Where's the consumer at the table? They don't have a voice, not a major voice. Where are the employees? Where are the citizens of the community? Because corporations have been given a tax favorable status to be good citizens in their communities and this nation. Missing in action, not a good thing. So the short-term focus is not a good thing. Finally, the focus on short-term helps create this extraordinary gap between the 15% or so, the wealthiest Americans, and the vast majority of the working people in this country. And this vast gap between the haves and the have much less is a very scary socioeconomic trend in this country. If we don't get on top of it, if we don't fix it, this is a train wreck about to happen. So it is not moral and it's not sustainable. So this is one of the issues that I'm trying to influence and raise awareness of it and try to figure out ways that we can bridge the gap in a constructive, positive way, which is also compatible with our need to be competitive on the global scene.